Hey everybody, welcome back to Greg's DIY Garage. So today I want to share something I never expected to deal with on my well-maintained 2016 Mazda CX-9, a cracked cylinder head. That's right, cracked cylinder head. The repair estimate, $7,614.63. And right now, I'm waiting to see if Mazda Corporate is going to honor it under the extended warranty for this known issue. And no, this is not the CX-9. This is a loaner from the dealership, who has been great, by the way. This is a CX-50 hybrid that we have loaned from the dealership until the CX-9 is dealt with. The issue is on our 2016 Mazda CX-9. It's got 109,000 miles on it, and it is 9.5 years old. But it is meticulously maintained. Oil changes have all been on time. It's never overheated and never had any neglect. It's been a great vehicle and my wife absolutely loves it. And if you're familiar with my channel, you've seen it in some of the how-to videos and the reviews. And if you're familiar with my channel, you know I'm a Mazda enthusiast, okay? I have owned at least 5 Mazdas that I can remember offhand. And my kids both own Mazdas. In fact, my father-in-law was a Mazda master mechanic before he retired. So as far as the maintenance on the CX-9, I have kept record. Now, the first page of this was actually lost at some point, and I had to start a new page. But you can see clearly I have documented all my maintenance. I started buying my Mazda oil filters from the dealership so they'd have record. I use a high quality, one of the top oils, the Royal Purple 5W30, as specified in the manual. I even did my first oil change at 3,000 miles, my second one at 7,000 miles, and there's a video for how to change the oil at 3,000 miles. And I'll put a link in the description for all of this. I even did used oil analysis from Blackstone. I found a couple of them when I did a search in my email, and here they are. You can pause if you want to look at the detail. Now, ironically, December 7th, I published a video on what to look for this head crack issue on your 2.5 liter turbo Mazda engine. And I covered what to look for, talked about how Mazda extended the warranty, and I kind of downplayed the likelihood of it happening to you. And, well, jinx. Yeah, I've been jinxed. It happened to me. So as far as the timeline, so back December 7th, so it was a few days before that when I actually recorded the video before publishing, and I was doing my monthly checks on everything, and I noticed the coolant was a little low. I don't think I said that in the video, but that's what actually prompted me to do the video on what to look for. There were no other symptoms at all at that time. Then January 28th hits. I'm going to do an oil change real quick at lunch, and I see that there is fluid dripping from the back of the engine coming from that cylinder head issue. It was obviously oil, and the coolant level had gone down just a little bit. So called my dealer, my local Nelson Mazda dealership, and they're, bring it in, we'll take a look at it. I talked to the service manager there when I dropped it off, told him what I found, told him it was still running well. No other symptoms, but I just happened to see when I went to change the oil that it was dripping from the back of the engine, and of course that's a huge, huge sign, and that the coolant was just a little low. So they had me bring it right in. They actually got it, looked at it that very afternoon, and they sent me quotes. So here's one. This is for the cylinder head crack, where they say the cylinder head crack. And by the way, we had talked about how Mazda had extended the warranty and everything. Then there's a quote to change the spark plugs, the tune-up. They want to put new spark plugs in the new head. Yes, you can have them put the old plugs in the new head if you want. That is up to you. But I had caught it really early. really early because it was still running great. There was no coolant smell, none of the other symptoms. I just happened to see the leak. So the next day, the 29th, the dealership was able to submit a warranty claim to have it covered under that extended warranty. The TSB is linked in the description. And Mazda asked for some more information, asked for some pictures. The dealership provided that to Mazda Corporate. So on February 4th, talked to the dealership. They gave me the update, still waiting on Mazda Corporate. So I actually called the Mazda Corporate warranty support number. Yep, that's it. And hoping that I'd be able to, you know, maybe get them to move forward, because I'm generally an impatient guy. It had been a couple days. I want an answer. So anyway, they just called the dealership and asked the dealership for an update. I had literally just got off the phone with the dealership before calling, so that didn't get me anywhere. I have a case, if that helps. So that brings us to today, February 11th. Talked to the dealership, and they're still waiting for Mazda to get back to them as to whether they're going to honor that extended warranty for the head crack issue, you know, the one I got, and or if I'm going to end up having to pay $7,614.63 plus tax and everything else out of my own pocket to fix this known issue. Now, I'm not trying to bash Mazda at all. Like I said, I've owned a lot of Mazdas. I've always been happy with my Mazdas, well, except for that 626 transmission issue. Oh, that was that was a long time ago. That was in the 90s. That was 96. That was a 96 66. Anyway, so the CX-9, it had been great until now, but this is a known issue, and when something like this happens, it really tests your brand loyalty. I caught the leak early. The vehicle has never overheated. It's been well maintained. In my opinion, this is where manufacturer goodwill matters the most. So I will do an update video once I have an update. Maybe Mazda coming back and saying, yes, we'll cover it. It's a known issue and we got your back. Or it may not go that direction, and you'll hear about that too. So there is a link in the description to the video on what to look for. There's a link in the description for that video of the oil change at 3,000 miles. There's a link in the description for the TSB that talks about Mazda extending that warranty for this issue to 10 years, 120,000 miles. So question for you, has this happened to you yet? If so, did Mazda cover it? What mileage was your engine at? Yeah, please share in the comments, because we'd love to hear your experience. All the viewers would love to hear what your experience was with this issue, and so they know what to expect. So as I normally do on my videos, we're gonna have a verse of the video. So back on that what to look for video, I did Genesis 1:1. Today on this video, we're gonna do Exodus 20 verse 11. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. All right, so I hope this video was helpful. If so, please like, subscribe, comment, and God bless.